Hey there, goats. How are you guys doing this morning? Today I was going to show you about the hay feeder that we made. Maybe give you some design ideas on how to build yourself one. And also talk a little bit about possible future plans that we had and some lessons that we learned along the way. So it's a pretty simple design. Just used 2x4s to create a pretty basic bottom frame. On the bottom you can see that the side legs are extended, so it gives a good solid base. Good morning, Luna. Good morning, Iggy. So that the hay feeder doesn't blow over. That said, we had about 60-mile-an-hour winds in a storm last night, and what happened was this lid popped up on its own and it blew the hay feeder over. So I've got some ideas on how to fix that for the future. So yeah, pretty basic square base. We've got 2x4s running vertically from each of the 4 corners. We have cross braces over here to give it extra support, and then that's also leftovers from something we ran into, a problem that we ran into that I'll talk about. Then coming on up, we've got another pretty basic square top of it with also a couple of cross braces. Then for actually holding the hay, we used cattle panel. So we just took cattle panel, cut it to the size we wanted, and then bent it into a V shape so that it would kind of corral the hay. And then we cut a couple of cattle panel pieces for the sides too. What we found is if we didn't do that, the goats would go ahead and jump right on into the hay feeder. At the top, the only way this cattle panel is being held on is by some fencing staples. So you can see those on the top portion on that side, and then over here as well, you've got one there, one there. On the side, same thing, we've got fencing staples holding in the side pieces. For the lid, we kind of just came up with something makeshift. It's not the cleanest idea, but seems to work to keep the majority of the rain out of the hay. I just took fence pickets, 6-inch wide fence pickets, and I sandwiched a piece of metal roofing between fence pickets. Seems to work. Connected them with some hinges to the hay feeder. And then my latest addition is I added these hydraulic arms to help keep it up so that it doesn't flop over all the way just while you're replacing the hay in the feeder. Those come in handy. Now what happened last night is this lid was down, and these 60-mile-an-hour winds came along, lifted this up, and then it was a big sail. It actually pulled the entire feeder over onto its back. These are some new hydraulic arms. I actually happen to have a couple of spares because it broke the end off of this one and the one over there on the far side. It also bent these arms. So this morning I replaced both the hydraulic arm and that piece. These pieces survived. So yeah, my next addition is to avoid that in the future. I'm just gonna add a pretty simple latch here, something to keep it closed when the wind comes. That way it won't pop up. I don't think it'll blow over. But anyways, that's the hay feeder we came up with. The other thing that I mentioned, down here we used to have a platform. It was all the way across to kind of catch the hay when it fell through. You can see we're getting some loss now, so I'd like to come up with some solution. The problem was when we had that platform, the goats jumped up on the platform all the way, and stood up there while they ate hay and pooped all over the platform, and then the hay drops into the the goat poop and not the healthiest situation if they're eating that hay. So we took the platform off. I'll probably build a slightly smaller platform to catch some of this hay loss that we're getting. One interesting thing about goats is they won't eat the hay off of the ground. So they will eat it if it's on a platform. So when it falls onto the ground, they won't eat it. That protects them some from parasites. But if it's on the platform and they're pooping on the platform, that can lead to issues. So we'll come up with something, maybe add a couple of rows of boards horizontally, end to end, and catch a little bit of that hay, and hopefully prevent the goats from popping out of it. Hi, Luna. That's about it. So hope you find something useful in this video. If you did, please subscribe to the channel. I'll be coming out with a variety of stuff that hopefully you'll find helpful in your lives, on your farm, or just working around the house. If you liked the video, if you found it useful, also like it down below. And if you have any questions or comments, please definitely leave them. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching.